Welcome back. We continue the conversation on Nigeria, this time unity. The debate over whether or not to restructure has continued to generate national discourse, with eminent Nigerians across various religious, geographical and political divides giving reasons for their positions. While the 1999 Constitution says Nigeria is an indivisible entity, there have been talks in some quarters about factors necessitating the need to look into the marriage that binds Nigeria together.
Everybody's saying, this part.
Everybody has something to say. So we need, I don't know. They all say they need to be heard. Anyway, to help us dissect the issues, we have joining us here in Lagos, or should we start from Abuja? Okay, let's start from Lagos. Here in Lagos is Biodun Shomi, core federalist. Thank you for joining us.
I'm pleased to be here. Good morning.
From our Abuja studio, we have Hajia Miriam Yakubu, a development activist. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And we're still expecting in the Lagos studio Dr. Kachi Onanuju, a public affairs commentator. He'll be here shortly. But let's start with you, Mr. Shomi. Are these calls apt? The calls for restructuring, is it necessary for us to stay together? I mean, are the calls necessary for us to stay together?
Oh yeah, obviously. When you look at how we managed to be where we are, we started out as a federalist country under confederal arrangement between 1960 and 1966, and that is when we made the most important milestone in terms of development, both in the west, in the east, and in the north. No one will forget the fact that by 1955-57, Southwest was already building the first television station in Africa. You had the Liberty Stadium, and then the Southeast followed by 1962. By 1964, the North followed, with his own building Ahmadu Bello Stadium. And then we have this very healthy competitive development taking place until 1966, went through the Unification Decree of number 34 of 1966, when federalism was annulled by the military led by Aguiyi Ironsi. Since then, successive military governments had kept, trying in an attempt to kill the principles of federalism, kept dividing the states into so many states, from 12 states to 19, now to 36. What we have seen is we have never been able to witness any development. Rather, we've seen poverty multiplying. We've seen resources being wasted away. We've seen opportunities for development not actually being exploited. We have a situation where the waterways, the land, the mining and all other sectors, even power distribution, were all centralized, in Abuja, to the extent that all the component units are not able to realize their own aspirations by tapping their own resources, because everything now belongs to Abuja. In a true federalism, there is no way how that can happen, because it has to be a bottom to the top approach. But now we have top to the bottom approach, to the extent that many states and government could no longer pay salaries. They have to go to Abuja, Kapinan. In the first instance, these resources were taken from them, and they are now being constrained, from exploiting those mineral resources in each area. Nobody should make any mistake. All the states of this country are well endowed, with numerous mineral resources. Nasarawa State has more than so many other states, in terms of what God has created there. Go to Osun State, you have gold. The whole of Ilesha is sitting on gold. Go to Ogun State, there's the wide, the bitumen belt stretching, from Ayepe down to Ondo State. So you then ask yourself, why can't we tap these resources? The simple reason is because we have made them to be exclusive to the federal government. The federal government is so far stretched that it has not been able to develop all these resources. Meanwhile, people live in poverty. We have massive unemployment. We have insecurity being bred, by poverty. So that's the issue. people now say, what is restructuring? What is it all about? It's just to organize differently. Go and look at the dictionary meaning of it. Organize differently in a way that will empower the component units of the federation, you know, to be able to tap the resources of the country.
Now, restructuring for some people means something else. Some people are perhaps thinking restructure means secession. But we'll come back to those issues. Let's go to Abuja. Ajia, what's your take? He said, Nigeria needs to be restructured. What is your take now, for the unity of the country?
Yes, my own take in the restructuring is that I am not one of those people who believe in doing one thing over and over again and expecting a different result. We have done all these conferences, summits, and all over on this restructuring issue. The main thing is we need to take a look at is that, do we need to stay together? And the answer is yes, because our number, our population, supposed to be strength, supposed to be advancement, to fast-track advancement because of our population. It's supposed to have increment in creativity and innovation. So we need to stay together. But to work towards that unity, we need to take a look at our justice system. We need to take a look at our system as a whole. The system is what is weak, what is causing the issue of this disunity, the Biafra, the Boko Haram. If we sit here today to discuss development, economic, all of it, what is the basis of all this problem Nigeria is having is injustice. We need to strengthen our system so that it can foster justice. If somebody worked for you for 1 month, you didn't pay the person. 2 months, you didn't pay salary. Now they are struggling. For you not paying that salary is injustice on its own. So we need to take a look at system where it works, where it flows. We are maintaining an archaic system that is outdated, that is non-functional, that does not cater to the people's need. So people have started agitating, and our need has changed. We need more now, and then there is nothing the government is doing. Whatever is doing is not working. People are now asking questions. So what we should look at for our unity to be put to use in a positive way is to look at our system. We need all this restructuring should be focusing on the system, workable system. We don't have that, and people are disenfranchised all the time. You don't have the legal system to go to. People who are being owed more than 8 months, you can imagine as a security earning 10,000 naira a month, which is already small. And the house you are guarding is about 10 million a year. And they are not paying you salary for 8 months. This is the case we are on right now in Abuja. So these people who are not paid will harbor hatred. They know that, okay, the person whom I'm working for is an Igbo man. The next time they start to get another job, say, is he an Igbo guy? They start to create stereotype. Hatred will develop. He has a family, he has a wife, he has children, he has neighbors, he has friends. They start to develop stereotype and start to create hatred. This is what we should look at. We are doing conference, all this restructuring. We have a workable document to use all this one. We don't need to go back and do things all over that we have done before and the outcome is the same. We need to look at something different. I am a Pan-Africanist who believe that an African can govern themselves in their own way. This democracy has shortchanged us. We need to modify the system of democracy. It's not working for us. People are hijacking things. People are choking the ordinary citizens. It is not working. For us to see peace and to maintain this unity of this country, until an Umahia man, a boy, sit in a hut in a village somewhere, cross his leg, and brew his coffee in a mud pot, and call and think that, okay, I need to know where they call Kano. And in that, he searched his handset, and he Google Kano, and he see Kano, and he said, okay, let me go there and school. Check the school, so you BUK, and look at